Okay, can we normalize just wanting one kid? Because I don't want any more. And people look at me like I'm literally crazy when I say this, but I legitimately only want one kid. Like, I'm one and done. People are like, you're still young, like, you have time to think about it, you might change your mind. Like, no, I'm good. I've done what I've done. My son is 3 years old and I am exhausted. This job, being a mom, is like no fucking joke. It's not for the weak. Like, I'm good with one. And mentally, like, I don't know if I could handle it again, to be honest with you. It's a lot to take on. And I feel like stay-at-home moms and being a mom in general is just so slept on, where people think it's so easy, but you literally do not have a break until they go to bed. Like, I'm sorry, but I am one and done. Please stop fucking asking me if I want more, because the answer is no.
Hi, I'm gonna be explaining to you why I will not be having any more children. And before you say, oh my god, she needs a sibling, shut your butt liquor. No, she doesn't. I've seen Gilmore Girls. I smell snow, okay? She's fine. Reason number 1, labor, mortifying. I will not be doing that again. I thought it was a good idea to eat Taco Bell breakfast right before I went to give birth. Was not. I got the epidural, lost all functions of the lower half of my body, so every time I was having to be repositioned by the 5 nurses that were in my room, I was letting them out. Keep in mind, I couldn't feel anything. I could just hear the noises, and I kept having to ask, is that me? And I had all 5 of them confirm that it indeed was me. And I think about that every night, and it's been over 2 years. So, we'll not be doing that again. Reason number 2, my daughter didn't sleep through the night until 2 months ago. She woke up 6 times a night on a good night. I breastfed for 2 years. She didn't sleep through until I stopped it. I stopped it cold turkey, and now she sleeps through the night. But guess who doesn't? Me. I don't. I no longer know how. I don't sleep at all. I run off of tears. Reason number 3, my daughter thinks she's in a constant filming of Jackass. She is not afraid of shit. She had to get her lip glued right here because her tooth went through it. She had to get it glued shut at 1 year old, okay? She isn't afraid of shit, and she's clumsy. Dangerous combination. I cannot afford to worry about anyone else. Reason number 4, postpartum anxiety. It is crippling. I broke 2 pairs of prescription glasses because I would fall asleep in my glasses so I could watch my daughter sleep. And then when I opened my eyes, I wanted to be able to see her immediately. So I didn't want to waste time by having to put on glasses to see her. I just wanted them already there. I watched her sleep for the first 6 months of her life. I still kind of do it. I am constantly worried about her well-being. I cannot do that again. It's physically impossible. And last, this is the most important one that I think everybody will understand. I don't fucking want one, okay? And you can't make me, okay? Shop's closed. I'm done. I don't see babies out in public and think, aw. I see babies out in public and think, ooh. You know what I mean? I cringe at the thought of it. And that's okay. Doesn't make me a bad mom. Doesn't make me any less of a mom. Kudos to you for having more. That's amazing. I think you're a superhero or you're a little bit crazy. Either one. It's just not for me. So, yeah.
I'm a one and done mom. Of course people like to tell me that if I just had another kid, then my child would have somebody to play with. Hey, that's not a good reason to have another kid. I'm a one and done mom. Of course people like to tell me that if I just had another kid, my daughter wouldn't feel so lonely because she's lonely all the time. Hey, she's not lonely. She's either with me all the time or with her cousins or with all the friends that she's made. I'm a one and done mom. Of course people like to tell me and my husband how spoiled my daughter is going to be and how she will probably always feel spoiled. We actually don't have a lot of toys at our house and she's very, very happy with that, and so am I. I'm a one and done mom. Of course people like to tell me that my daughter's going to be entitled when she's older. I'm teaching her how to be confident, not an asshole. I'm a one and done mom by choice, but not everybody is. So please be careful with how many times you're going to ask someone when they're going to have another baby or if they're going to have another baby, because it's none of your business.
Reasons I decided to only have one kid. I hate pregnancy and I hate childbirth. The postpartum depression, anxiety, and rage that I had, I never want to feel again. That was the most miserable time of my life. I don't want to sacrifice my sleep or my body again. It's a financially smarter decision in my eyes. I can spend more money on my son and not have to worry about another child. Parenting is a lot harder than I thought it would be, and I don't want to divide my time on another child. And I just don't want any more. I just don't have a desire to have any more kids at all. I'm perfectly happy with just mine.
This trend going around where people talk about why they're one and done. Let me tell you why I'm one and done. I see this room, messiest room in my house. Gives me anxiety. I never knew real anxiety until I had a baby. Though pregnancy and delivery was really easy, postpartum was not. It took me months before I could leave my house. My body bounced back. My body yet still doesn't feel like it used to. Let me show you the next reason. She don't even want me to do her hair. We just got back from Puerto Rico last night, and let me tell you, it was the easiest thing ever. If I have another kid, we are not taking flights. Pay 2 seats, 3 seats? No. I feel like if I just have one kid, I'm able to give her the world. I'll be able to, hey. Anyway, I feel like I'll be able to buy her car at 16 and do all this other stuff. Yes, I can work harder when I have other kids, but like, can I really work that much harder? Call me taboo, but I don't want to deal with the arguments. I had sisters growing up. Leave me out of it. Having just one, I feel like I'm going to be able to give her my undivided attention and she won't have to fight for it. Another reason, I'm tired. I was tired with the newborn stage. I'm tired with the toddler stage. I went in thinking that I have this village. There is no village. I feel like once you're a mom, that's it for the rest of your life. I mean, you're constantly always going to be worried. My mom still worries about me now. My grandma still worries about my mom. I can't have that stress level. We're done. No mas.
I watched one of my friend's toddlers because her normal childcare fell through. Our boys are exactly 2 months apart and really good friends, and it was a great day. They had so much fun, and honestly, I didn't even feel that overwhelmed, even though I was outnumbered for once. Although it was a good day, it made me so much more sure that I definitely want to be one and done. I have a million reasons why I don't want more kids. Today made me realize that I love focusing on my son solely. Motherhood is so all-consuming. I just can't imagine doing this with more than one child every single day. Get why people do. I just don't. So I'm so thankful for today, my friends, my son, and being one and done.
So for us having a second child, the door is closed, but it's not locked. And they say that kind of as a safeguard so I don't look completely stupid, like if I end up getting pregnant again. But most likely we are going to be a trio, one and done. And I tend to go back and forth. I feel confident, and my husband and I are confident that, okay, one and done, I think this is where we're going to be at. But I can't help sometimes but think am I going to regret it if she's an only child? She doesn't have someone else. I have a brother. My husband has siblings. He's a twin. But I'm she's not going to have that experience. But then I think I would much rather regret not having another child than regretting and being resentful if I had another one, knowing the way I feel right now and I did not trust myself. These kids, you can't send them back. You cannot undo. And that's the last thing I want to do is go half-hearted into something that is so serious, because at the end of the day, I am responsible for another soul, a human. So Amal, the only advice, not that you were necessarily looking for advice, but I did feel compelled to respond, is that if you aren't 100% sure that you want this, or all of the things that I had mentioned in this video, if you're not prepared or ready to wrap your head around all of that, maybe you want to keep thinking about it. And it's okay to be 33. There's people who have their first child at 40. 42. We can always go back and forth whether is that okay, old ma. To me, that's ridiculous, because regardless, once you become a parent, you are still going to parent, no matter what age.
This might sound a little dramatic, but I have no idea how I would be a mother and work in corporate or work at a job. Mothers who have corporate jobs, work a job, and have children multiple, listen, my locks come off to you, because the way Noah behaves in the morning, the pressure to be at a job, there would literally be no way. It should be mandated that women are to stay home with the children until they are of age to go to preschool. Noah goes to school, but my God, I'm not having no more kids.
One and done has never appealed to me until this trip. Like, it's so manageable when you just have one. Beyond manageable. And so fun. And like, our relationship is so special. And I just keep thinking about, like, what if I had 3 kids? But people say that love multiplies. It doesn't divide. But I'm just like really seeing the benefits of being one and done right now.
Okay, so I have been seeing this trend about being one and done with having kids, and I was going to stitch a couple of the moms that I saw sharing about it and their reasoning behind why they were one and done, but I figured I would do an in-depth video about some of the things that I've been hearing. And let me start out by saying, I support every single mom, whatever their decision is. But there was something that kept coming up in a lot of the videos that were popping up on my For You page. And I wonder if TikTok maybe did that on purpose because TikTok knows what I have to say about it. The common thing that I was hearing between these few moms that I saw on my For You page was that the reason why they were one and done was because of the physical stress they had during their pregnancy and postpartum. They were talking about how much pain they were having during pregnancy, how much discomfort they were having during postpartum, having their abdominals split and feeling like their organs were spilling out, having pain with intercourse, leaking, having constipation, back pain, things that were like debilitating and not allowing them to enjoy their pregnancy or postpartum. And so this was their reason why they were one and done, and rightfully so. I absolutely support that. If you were miserable in a situation, I would be one and done too. But I am here to say that you don't have to have pain and discomfort during pregnancy and postpartum. And so this is the misconception that because one pregnancy or postpartum experience isn't enjoyable or it's painful and there's a lot of discomfort, that it is normal and that it has to happen. And that's not the case. You can very well enjoy physically and then emotionally your pregnancy and postpartum, and you do not have to be in pain. You do not have to be peeing your pants. You do not have to have pain with intercourse. You do not have to feel like your abdominals and your organs are spilling out. You do not have to feel like you have 0 core control and 0 core strength after having a baby. You very well can be functional and strong and become your strongest self postpartum. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. If you would like to learn more about healing your core and not having pain and discomfort during pregnancy and postpartum, make sure you follow for more.
What could I possibly be missing out on? Because I really don't see it. Oh, am I going to be missing out on throwing up 10 to 40 times a day? Because I suffered with HG in my first pregnancy, and the chances of that happening again are very likely. So, not willing to risk that. Also, I'm a black woman, so I'm 3.5 times more likely to die during childbirth, and not willing to risk that either. Also, I suffered with prenatal depression, and that almost took me out the first time, and the stakes are even higher now, so not willing to risk that either. What am I missing out on? I don't know, because all I see is me deciding to have one child is the best decision that I can make for me. Me having one child is gonna help me be the best mom that I can possibly be for this little boy. So am I really missing out on anything? No. I'm not missing out on anything.
I am so happy to see so much more one and done content on here lately, because my child is 10 years old and I'm tired of people asking me, when are you gonna have another one? I'm not. My son is halfway to being an adult. Why do I want to start over? And that's cool for people who want to, but this is it for me. And I'm fine with that. I plan on traveling the world and living my life like a rich auntie with one child. No more.
I feel like this is going to sound really terrible, but I love being a one and done mom. I truly enjoy it. We woke up this Saturday. He's been up since 6 o'clock. My husband, thankfully took him because I hate getting out of bed before 8 o'clock. I ended up getting out of bed at 7. And we were like, oh, let's go to Target. Girl, we went to Target. Me and the 2 boys. The little baby got a cake pop. He got a book. He got a toy. Went to Walmart. He got another little lollipop. Got a book. Got a toy. And I just love that for him. Like, I really do. I love being a one and done mom. Like, we're in abundance when it comes to you wanting shit from the store, baby. We're in abundance when it comes to mama having time to play with you. Like, we're in abundance over here with just one child. I love it here.
My daughter ends up being the only child that I have in this life. That's okay.
I love having an only child, and I wish more people talked about all of the positives of only children. I feel like the conversation around only children is always so negative. But the truth is, if you're someone who cares about the sexist division of labor in the home, having an only child really makes a difference there. A family therapist I knew told me that once a woman has a second child, if she's partnered with a man, the amount of domestic work and childcare she does just exponentially increases. Like, it completely shifts the dynamic in the home. I also really love that I can give all of my attention and time to my daughter. I love that it's not split. I love that I can be devoted entirely to her. It's a fantastic, like, very special relationship. And if you ask my daughter if she would prefer to have a sibling, like, she will tell you straight up, no, she likes being an only. Obviously, every family size is valid and terrific. I just wish people would talk about only children in a more positive light.